Hello, it's Mel Johnson, the wingman from Florida, back home for a little bit, a little relaxation here for the weekend. This weekend, the Seattle Seahawks will be playing the Cowboys, hosting the Cowboys in Seattle, preseason game, and then later in the year, in December, they will be playing them for a regular season game. I think for the most part, Seattle Seahawks will probably beat up by then. But it's going to be a good game, good measurements. The Cowboys did a great job playing against the Rams. You can tell that the talent level has improved. Defenses, it looks solid. You know, the Rams they always have a good team. I mean, that's a great team to scrimmage against because they have a great coach. And then they always find a way to have great players. They're great at drafting players, getting free agents or whatever. But so that's a scrimmage. I think the Rams are scrimmaging the Cowboys to try to keep the market share in the California area, LA area, because the Cowboys have been training in Thousand Oaks and Oxnard for years, and they have basically tapped into their market share. Actually, Jerry Jones was born in El Segundo. A lot of folks don't know that, but there's a lot of Cowboys fans there, a lot of movie stars. Denzel's a big Cowboy fan. Shaq's a big Cowboy fan. So they're trying to recover some of that market by scrimmaging the Cowboys, which makes sense. I was born in Los Angeles myself, in Inglewood, California. There's just no better place, in my opinion. You know, it's expensive to live, but the weather's great. People are friendly. Just a great place, period. You know, and so I have nothing bad to say about California. It's expensive, but other than that, so the bottom line is when you go to the Cowboys games in LA, you're going to see a lot of Cowboys jerseys because that's just they are truly an America's team. We all know that. With that said, playing the Seattle Seahawks is going to be another gauge for our rookies. That to see how they fare against them. Seattle has a lot of no-name players. They did a great job winning the Super Bowl last year. It's really odd because their fans really don't say a whole lot about it. They're winning it. Maybe I don't know if they were, in Seattle. Everyone knows that people, they may smoke a little bit of something. I don't know, but maybe they, passed to that Super Bowl, didn't remember it. But Seattle played a great game with a bunch of no-name players. That's how the Cowboys won back in the day. Was they had 3 stars on the team, and we didn't know, most folks didn't know the rest of the players on the team. And the Seattle did it the same way. And they're the defending champs. You're not the champs until you beat them. And they have all the recipes, especially because of a lot of those no-name players, to get better this year. And their defense is solid. But there's one thing that's going to hold the Seattle Seahawks back, is their quarterback, Sam Darnold. He's been known through his whole history to give it away. He'll throw it to the other team. He has no problem doing it. Here, take it. And last year he protected the ball, for the most part when it counted. But we knew who he is. He's gonna give it away. And we look forward to playing them. And actually, in the preseason game, it's going to be mostly the second and third string players. But I look forward to playing them in December when it counts, so he can throw us a couple. Because he likes to play catch with the other team. This is what he does. And one thing I do know, we're going to beat the brakes off the Seattle Seahawks. In my mind, if you ever been to Popeyes and ordered food, the Seahawks, it's a bird, it's a chicken. That's all they are, chickens. And if you want a 3-piece chicken and biscuit with some gravy, that's them. Very simple. We're going to beat the brakes off of them in December. But right now, this is just a precursor to what's going to happen. They typically don't play Seattle, from what I can recall, in the preseason. Seattle is hyped up about that game. I'm pretty sure they will be tailgating, and they'll probably most likely shut the whole city down specifically for the Cowboys to come through. Of course, with police escort, Secret Service. When we come to town, we shut the whole city down for a preseason game. It'll be sold out, but I know right now it's not, but by the kickoff time, it'll be sold out. All the fans will be in there, and they'll be just can't wait to see the Cowboys. Oh, we just love them. We just love them. And you know what? We could care less about the Seahawks. They're trash. They won a couple Super Bowls, but they're garbage. We've been to 8. We've been to 8 Super Bowls, so nobody's going to top us. We are the best franchise in sports, best team ever, period. Okay? And they know this, man. We are going to just go there. We're going to show them a little bit of something. We don't care about winning the game. Just practice the game for us. But we're looking forward to just to measure up some second and third string talent. Matter of fact, we may bring out our Pop Warner folks out there to play with them. We're going to bring the kids or the football players out there to play the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to bring them out to let them play a little bit. So we're going to see what that's all about. But looking forward to the game. Football season's back. Score doesn't matter. We're going to be, in Pikes Peak or Pikes Market or whatever they call it in Seattle. I'm pretty sure they'll be watching the game from there. Mount Rainier, you most likely have Jerry Jones will have his yacht and his helicopter on top of Mount Rainier watching the game. And then the Seahawks fans will just be their normal selves. They're gonna show up and they're gonna make a lot of noise. 12th man, they're gonna, I don't know what that 12th man does for anybody. They're gonna come there and they're gonna shout, yell, and whatever. And whoever wins, doesn't matter. We'll know a little bit more about our players, and then when we get to December, we're going to take care of business. Most likely kick them out of the playoffs. They'll have an opportunity in that game in December. We're going to kick them out, and they're going to be home, and, for the playoffs. Matter of fact, I think what we're going to do specifically for the Seahawks fans, because Romo came into town years ago and gave them one. But we're going to beat them so bad that they're going to go on a 30-year losing streak. 30-year losing streak. That's what we're going to go for. Okay? All right, so remember, when you go through Popeyes, it's a 3-piece chicken and biscuit. That's the Seattle Seahawks special. Wingman.